and welcome to another edition of Penguin's Nintendo Repair Corner. Today we're going to be taking a look at probably my favorite piece of test equipment, the one and only Nintendo NES Test Station. This is probably one of the more famous pieces of test equipment that a lot of people like to keep an eye out for. Probably the hardest piece of equipment to find, which is this thing right here. That is the actual test station right there. As you can see, it says Nintendo NES Test Station. Down there you've got there's the power button on the right there, and you got a reset switch, and you can switch between AV and RF for your output on the side of the machine. I have a newer LCD monitor hooked up right now because the crappy TV that comes with it doesn't work very well. I'm going to plug that in later when we do the Zapper and R.O.B test, because we'll have to use that, because the Zapper and R.O.B the robot will not work on an LCD screen because there are no scan lines. A little tidbit of information. So if you have an NES Zapper and you're trying to play on an LCD or plasma TV, it's not going to work. Got to use an old tube TV, unfortunately. And over here we have the Nintendo NES Test J controller, which is used in conjunction with the test station and also the controller joystick test cartridge. It's basically just two controllers wired together in one big box. Up there I've got a little test cartridge, the control deck test cartridge, as I've shown in one of my other videos. So you can always recognize many of the test cartridges by their distinctive yellow color. They also come in a gray version as well. But that is the one that everybody keeps an eye out for, the yellow ones. Those are the most popular. Right up here we have the game pack tester part right there, where you can insert game packs. Over here you have the accessory test, which is an NTF2 test, excuse me. Up there you can plug in an external control deck to test it out. And over here you can test out your RF cable right there. Right there you can test out your audio-video cable, your red and yellow standard AV cables. And up there is the AC adapter test. And right here we have the little select screen on there. This is the basic screen that comes with the test station. I'm going to switch it over into the actual testing mode now, so you can see the main menu for that. Gonna hit the reset switch here, and here we have the menu for the accessory tester. This is the 1.1 version, as you can see right there. We've got your standard controller test, also a zapper test, a R.O.B test, and a power pad test. First, before we get into those, I'm just going to show you a little bit of one of the component testers on how those work. We're going to test out a standard RF switcher, which comes with your standard NES system right here. What you do is you have to plug it in. There's 3 ports right here. There's the part that goes into the NES, which is the RF part right here. And then you have the part that goes to your TV right there. And then the antenna port right here, which is where your cable will plug into. And all you have to do to test this thing, you just screw the part that goes to your TV onto that one. Plug the antenna part in the front there, and then the RF switcher goes into the back part here. And we're going to go back onto the screen. I'm going to switch it over, and it'll basically, if the thing is working, it'll pop up on the screen here. As you can see, RF switch test is displayed on the screen, and that little clicking noise is switching to the RF switcher. And if it's working, the graphic will show up on the screen right here, so that RF switcher is indeed working correctly. And to change the tests and whatnot on there, I'm using that little switch you can see right there. That switches between all the different functions on the Nintendo NES Test Station. Alright, now that we have the RF switch adapter tested, it basically works the same. I'll show you the screen for the AC adapter. It's going to be kind of loud. It's going to beep at us. Basically it does that when you don't have something plugged in. It says fail. Epic AC adapter test fail. And then it also has one for the audio-video cable tester. Same exact thing, fail. And then that's kind of loud. This is where you would plug in your external control deck down here. And let's go back to the testing menu here. Real quick, I'm going to do the game pack test here. I'm just going to plug in a test cartridge so you can see how that works. Basically, you just insert it into here. It has a really nice pin connector in here, a lot like the top-loading NES. Plug in your cartridge into the front slot there, and then you turn the switch to the top there, and you see it'll bring it up on the screen up here. Here we have NES Test. Let's do a quick little begin here, which I've shown this test cartridge already, so it's nothing new. There you go. World's quickest test. Alright. Now, I'm going to pop the other TV back on and we'll test out the Zapper and R.O.B if I can get him to work. Alright, as you can see now I have this is the original TV that came with the test station. It's a little, it's a 9-inch Panasonic. It has a swivel base on it so you can turn it when you're testing different things. There's the sign that came with the test station. It says Nintendo Test Station, get your products tested here free. This would be displayed a lot of times at service centers. Sometimes they would keep it behind the counters. Other times they would keep it out up on the front counter where customers could actually test the stuff, but a lot of times the repair technicians were the ones that would go in and use this actual device rather than the public out there using it. But let's go ahead and test some of the other functions now that we have our original TV on here. We can do the Zapper test and the R.O.B test. I got my R.O.B out as well, so hopefully he'll be working for us. But let's do a quick little Zapper test here. Just got to take your controller, hit select, and go to the Zapper test. Take your Zapper. Now I was messing around with this a little bit, and my aim is very bad. But we'll see if I can get it. Miss. Ugh. The aim is always off on these things too. Oh, come on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I can't shoot a duck worth shit. Ugh. I'll get it one of these times. The Zapper might not be working correctly either. Come on. Hey, it works for the cartridges, why not blow in the Zapper? Oh, come on. There we go. Hit! Alright. The Zapper is working. Kind of. No, I guess it was a one-time thing. Oh, there we go. 2 for 2, I guess. Well, as you can see, that tests the Zapper right there. Let's go ahead and hook up R.O.B and see how well he works. Alrighty, now I've got R.O.B all hooked up and we're going to test out R.O.B. I got out Stack Up, I think, for the first time. So we're going to give Stack Up a shot and see how that works. Here's the R.O.B test screen. We'll do the LED test to make sure he's working first. And the LED is blinking, so that's working. So let's go ahead and go to the left. We'll pick up a block. He's very loud. I think he needs some oil. As you can see, I just stacked a block up there. So R.O.B is indeed working. Let's pick up another block and put that up on top. This is probably the slowest game ever, next to Gyromite. I think Gyromite's slower. There we go, 3 blocks. There's another thing you can do that's pretty cool too. Once you have them stacked up, you can pick them all up, see? Now let's move them over to the other side here. And we'll drop them down on the white block. And open. Pop. There you go. That's R.O.B for you. He's not very much fun. More of a novelty at best, but he basically is what brought us the Nintendo. As some of you probably know, if it weren't for R.O.B, we probably would have never gotten Nintendo after the video game crash of '83. But they marketed the NES as a, I guess you'd call it a computer system, and R.O.B was a robotic operating buddy. He was a toy, not a video game. So without our little buddy Robert here, we probably wouldn't have our beloved Nintendo NES system. So thank you, Robert. Much a pleasure, and I'm glad I had the chance to work with you on this Nintendo NES Test Station. I'm glad you're working okay. But there you have it. That's pretty much the Nintendo NES Test Station in all of its working forms. I didn't do the power pad test, which I don't really feel like getting my power pad out. I've got that kind of packed away right now. But hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll catch in with you guys next time. Peace.